Shalom, we are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in every week and week out to prophesy the downfall of this country we call America, and to tell our people who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you are the true children of who the world ignorantly calls God and who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Whose real name is Yahweh, being God, and Yahweh Shai, being who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So we out here every week to tell you to come back to your nationality and to tell you the judgments and the things that y'all, the Most High is putting in place, and how destruction upon America is coming in, soon, you know? You got our people in the state of mind of
give all praises to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
So like if you want to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS Great Millstone. And Shalom tell you I can preach this word in sincerity and in the truth, you know?
That's right.
So like to get back on subject, everything is happening through the spirit and everybody else is lost and in confusion, you know? Our people stuck on what their favorite football team doing, you know, the fights, you know, things of that sort. You know, everybody is stuck on everything except follow. Take that real quick.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity.
Folly is set in great dignity. So what is that folly? Everything that doesn't pertain to the spirit, you know? Because so many prophecies are revolving around. You got so many things coming, you know? It's hurricanes here. It's hurricanes down in Texas. It's hurricanes in Florida. It's wildfires in California. You got Tennessee on fire. You got Oregon. You got California on fire. You got earthquakes in North Korea. You got it's like earthquakes in South Korea. You got earthquakes in Mexico. So this is just showing you that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is attacking places in places where Jake dwells the most. You know, you got sedition among men. Just what's happening in St. Louis. You got the mayor. His house was, I believe they was looking for the mayor to attack him. You got riots out in the streets of St. Louis. Everybody is on edge. But what is this all come down to? This is all coming down to martial law, to the chip being implemented fully. You know, everything is going in the eyes and the ways that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai sets it up to be.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places.
Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low places. Grab that in a second.
15. Yeah, I got it. So 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 14. It says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands.
This is talking about the race riots.
For there shall be a sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Because in the times that we're coming in, everything is revolving, and people are going to get way more and more grimier to each other, you know? Everybody is not going to care about the next neighbor's feelings. You know, right now in Harvey, everybody trying to link up to make it together. You know, but once this prolongs, because they saying it's going to take up to 5 years for that Houston to be rebuilt. Because all those pipelines, they're still flooded with the water. So for that water is going to have to be drained out, and everything else is going to have to be rebuilt. You got thousands of people who lost their homes, so they're in these FEMA shelters, they're in Walmarts, and all this got to be rebuilt. So everybody right now is in the state of mind of, oh, I'm going to make it with my neighbor. Me and him going to make it through. We all going to make it through together. But when shit start getting real, and you looking for your neighbor for the next Snicker bar or the next piece of bread, then that's when sedition is going to happen. They have the mayor right now in St. Louis. You know, that shows that the power structure or whichever seat you have in the government, that's not going to matter. You're going to be looked at for the necessities or the essentials that you have. And that's going to make you a target.
Well, if I might say this, the mayor in St. Louis, that's separate from, you know, the Houston situation. But what's going on with St. Louis is that you got Jake down there going crazy, you know, nutting up. You know, they rioting because they're, of course, like always, they always been unhappy with the injustice that they get from this system, which this system is not, it was never set up for the betterment of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. It's set up to oppress you. You know, Jake gets killed, and the police use a bogus argument as to why they killed him, and they use that to justify or to basically to acquit the guy. And then Jake sees that justice is not being met. So because they see that nothing is being done in their favor, they're taking it to the streets. That's why they're out there going crazy. Okay? And it's ridiculous that why they say they killed the Jake over there. Well, really, the Most High killed the Jake because he wasn't right. Or the Lord's putting a sword on you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans because you refuse to repent and get right. All right? But the fact that these devils are not only taking your life, but they're the bogus reasons that they're using to take you out and using it as means of justification to not be met with justice. That's what's basically lighting that flame under Jake, man. You know, they acquitted this guy in the court of law. I guarantee you, if it was the opposite, if it was a Jake that did this and there was an Edomite victim, they would have threw him under the jail.
Well, see, and soon,
you
with
know?
that black cop killing that white woman, we're gonna find out.
And I believe they're gonna get him for that.
Let me say this, man. It's like, you Jakes out there, man, you're never gonna get justice in this kingdom in America ever until Yahweh Shai comes back. Yahweh Shai comes back and delivers his elect.
That's right.
So you going out there protesting, chasing the merry around, that ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, man.
If I can say, can I say this? And it's but what you see how he got off on this one? But they gonna say that it's about blue, about the cops versus criminals. What they're gonna say when it comes to this, that it's gonna be a bad cop, one bad cop pursuant to the black cop that shot the mother. I mean, since I said that, right? Yeah, they're gonna have a different excuse for that situation than they're using for this situation. Watch. I mean, it ain't that we just saying it because it's something that this is what they've been doing.
Yeah. Esau, he doesn't believe in justice for you. He believes in justice for himself, but it's never for you. This whole judicial system was created for them.
Look at that's a part of his slot. That's a part of his blessing, his sword, that judicial system. Just because it ain't a physical instrument of destruction, and it is, it's the system that's destroying you.
And on a simple way, you notice the system isn't for you. Look at the majority of people in jails and prisons. It's nothing but the southern and northern tribe, the Israelites. You know?
Yeah, how many of them that's locked up or incarcerated is on homicide-related charges, you know, violent related charges. There's a lot of Jake in there that's on traffic violations, you know,
Drug and child support.
Child support, you know, a theft. But they'll make it seem like every so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American that's locked up in the prison system, they ought to murder somebody. You know?
They get to be in there with murderers. They don't get that level 1.
Right.
They gotta go straight to level 2, level 3.
But meanwhile, there's pedophiles all throughout the streets. You know?
They get out on house arrest.
Yeah, they get to still be in their house. They gonna act like they on their front porch reading the newspaper, but they scoping out little Billy across the street. They got that freedom, but you win because they caught you with a nickel bag or some shit.
Just off of that, you got a government funded it's not agency, a government funded organization called NAMBLA. It's a North American Man and Boy Love. That's pedophilia, but you don't hear about no Edomites because that's the people that's doing it. You don't never hear about them going into prison for that or jail for that. But you hear about Jake that go to jail or prison, being life 25 years for stealing a bag of potato chips out the grocery store.
NAMBLA is under 501c3.
They got granted a 501c3.
Same thing,
Esau.
RUIC.
So this is the thing with Esau. He does all the crimes, but he doesn't want to be seen as the criminal. he's always the victim. The criminal in his case is the victim, but when Jake does something, he's the criminal. And that's what, and that's the reason why Jake is fed up with this devil, and that's why every time he gets away with killing one of our people, Jake just say fuck it, man. Now you got simple as Jake out there that think that they gonna change everything by keep going out to the streets and marching no justice, no peace. You know, putting up their little banners and demanding for peace. But Esau, he knows you're not gonna do that. That's why he allows you to go out there and do what you do. And he's expecting you to do to make that move because they already equipped. That's why Trump already militarized your police. So they dare you niggas to get out of pocket, man. That's why Jake is getting arrested. They getting maced out, you know, total arrest. But you see what they did, right? They went after the mayor, showing you in prophecy that they're not going to regard your kings nor your princes. You know, any men of nobility in this society, hey, you can get it basically. And Jake is taking it into the power of their own hands. That's what that prophecy is talking about. And not just with Jake here in America, but even all around the world. When you see all these violent protests happening, it's because they're rebelling against their authority. They're fighting against the government, man. You know? That's what these protests insinuates. It incites rebellion or resistance from the government.
Because see, that's how brainwashed you people are. They got you so much in a trick bag that they know if we do this, you what is it? Problem, reaction, solution. That's what you're under. They create a problem. They're killing our people, right? With unarmed people, just killing them. The reaction is we gonna go out and march, and then gonna break out some violence somewhere. We might loot or whatever you want to call it for a little bit, pillage or whatever you want to call it. And then they gotta have a reaction, a solution to that. What's the solution? Tear gas, martial law, and so on and different other things that prove it. But you guys are giving them the example, the excuse to do this to you, right?
The people are basically playing in to the agenda of the rule of order.
So dumb,
they need chaos, man.
You don't see that you're a pawn in the bigger hand of the chess game, the chessboard. He's using you right there.
You know, Esau trigger happy.
Yep.
So he can't wait for one of y'all to act up.
Yeah.
Because they shoot questions. I say shoot questions a lot. They shoot first, ask questions never. You know?
Is it a coincidence? Which there's no such thing. But is it a coincidence that around the time this is going on here in the States, you know, with these these violent protests, and then you got those militia groups that's talking about doing another rally like Charlottesville.
Yep.
You got what they call Antifa.
Yep.
They're talking about, and we'll kill police if we got to.
Yep.
We'll kill people. We'll kill American citizens, police. Hey, all this is all set up, man.
Antifa.
It's all set up. Antifa.
But Jake is the
Hey,
biggest terrorist.
but all this is happening right here, right?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, over there in London, another so-called terrorist attack happens. And now they got more military out on the streets now. You see what you playing into a bigger position that the elites are setting up, man.
Right.
You know?
Hey, it's like tic-tac-toe. When you got them two different ways, that's what they got you.
Yeah.
They got you set up where they
Pressure
got
from
two
above.
different ways to get you. Pressure from above.
Let's take it from a chess aspect. They got all the pawns, y'all the pawns. So they just sacrifice y'all.
Yeah.
But the important pieces, the bishops, the rooks, the knights, the king and the queen, you know, those are the real setups for the different moves. Okay, he's gonna attack from an L, or he's gonna attack from a diagonal look, or he's gonna go straight or across, you know?
And they're protecting each other too.
Right.
On that level. They like you said, they'll sacrifice the pawns, but they're protected on the other level. And that's the way that their system is set up, all the way back to Willie Lynch doing it that way. If you put pressure on them, on these jakes in the hood without money, so they have to go fight and starve and be illegal and do illegal works to get their own the basic necessities of life. Guess what? We can get them on that grind, and they'll do our dirt on the dirty side. We can keep them in check with that.
Let me get this real quick. Revelation 12, verse 12.
Yep.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
God, the vibration in the air is everybody knows that something is gonna pop off. You know, you ask the regular person walking how you feel about America in the situation in the state that it's in, they'll be like, well, you know, it's time to hunker down, or we need to start prepping. They're going a simple term, but they feel the vibration of something bad in the air, you know? And that's why the scripts say, and the devil having a great wrath, knowing that he has but a short time left. So this devil is going to be strategic with it and planning everything out. So after the currents happen, it goes right into something that leads into the next big thing is the chip. But that's all through the spirit of Yahweh Shemel Shah, because he's coordinated all.
Oh, let me get this real quick. It's Ecclesiastes 12 and 3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. I mean, and when they look toward the future, they see that there's nothing good lies ahead, man.
There's no future in this kingdom, man. This future is circling the drain, like you always say.
That's why they prepping. You know?
We prepping too. We preparing for the.
We preparing spiritually. You know? Hey, that's why. Why you think they coming out with these date predictions of the Lord's return? Because they know that shit is not right. They see things on the earth is not normal, man. You know, but they gonna be the devil about it and actually saying, oh, on this calendar date the Lord's gonna show up.
Right.
You know? No, none of y'all got it right. But what you are right about is that, yeah, we are close to the day of the Lord because of the dynamic of what we seeing out here, man. The prophecies are speeding up.
The scripts say, I will stand up on my watch and watch what he will say to me, you know? So he's showing us all the prophecies and how they're unfolding. The book, you have to be in the spirit to break down the book, and when you're in the spirit to break it down, you see how everything is going to play out, you know?
You begin to spiritually see the bigger picture. You don't know the particulars or the minute details of it, but you can see the big pictures enough to tell what the end game is going to be and where you stand now and what you better do. There's no way out of this thing if you're a Hebrew, for anybody, unless you are a Hebrew Israelite that believes in this thing. If you're a Negro, Latino, Native American with that spirit, and you believe in Yahweh Shemel Shah, chosen for salvation.
Right.
That's the only way that you're going to get out of this. Everybody else is caught up in another way, in some way.
Exodus.
Oh,
You got some more?
no, it's a quick read on where is it at? Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time, when it falleth suddenly upon them.
Right.
You know, that was the back of what you said.
Right. What did I say?
You ain't gonna be able to escape out of it.
Right.
It's gonna catch all of you, man. That's why Yahweh Shai said, pray that you be worthy to escape these things and to stand before the Son of Man.
Because this time, and this devil's at this point now where he's starting to unleash all his old tricks and his new ones that he's figured out. He's just using them all on you to the point that you accept it. Why are people accepting that there's an Illuminati out there, there's a secret society out in the world? Why are you, that's secretly running the world? Why are you okay with that? You act like that's a small thing. That's a big thing. Then you look at the Luciferian type agenda that they have, and you're cool with it. You don't even stand up and say nothing about it. You roll with it. Okay, now we can't do nothing against them. They control music, entertainment, Hollywood, but there's nothing they can do.
And people still prescribe to that.
You don't change nothing in your life.
You still want to be the rap stars, the movie stars. You still want to make it in America. And you knowing that little info that you got, how wicked it is, how it's destroyed our people and continue to destroy our people.
Well, the Lord said he's going to send on them strong delusions that they should believe a lie.
Right.
You know? If they don't want the truth. You know? Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in the net, an evil net.
When in the fishing sense, when you throw that hook out there, that bait out there, you he don't know, that fish doesn't know that you're trying to catch him, you know? He just thinks it's a meal.
And just like regular old, a worm.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I'm out
He
the
just
water.
think it's a regular meal. And he don't know whether, after it's caught, that fish still don't know whether it's going to be released or eaten, you know? So that's it's plain.
That's how the evil is gonna come on these people, man. You know? It says,
Because they ain't smart enough to be like, what's this big ass person standing up on the edge of the water with this pole on the street? Like y'all ain't paying attention to what's going on.
Who are these men out here on every major city in America and across the world talking about the destruction and the coming of the Lord?
They're holding the Bible.
Holding the Bible.
it says, and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time when they fall suddenly upon us.
It's been the noisiest day. Bro, it's been noise since we've been out there.
There's two of them right there. There's two ambulance trucks right beside each other right there. That's judgment. Judgment is already going out. You know? That's good, man.
It's been nothing but noise, though.
Now, there's gonna be a point in time when you ain't gonna really hear too much of those yielding emergency vehicles. There's gonna be so much chaos out here in these streets and screams of people and gunfire that they gonna have a break. Matter of fact, they're gonna be permanently retired from that shit, man. They gonna be too cold. They're gonna be too afraid to take a call.
How much noise it is?
Yeah, it's like the volume of today is just turned up.
Noise.
There's a bunch of extra noise going
Demons
on
out here.
Hey,
It's a lot of it's demons.
We got Let's
the
try the
wars of
phone
the
right
past
now.
are confused noise.
Yep.
This gonna be it.
Yep. But like I was saying though, a lot of you people aren't even paying attention to the big scheme of how this man has set you up. You just walking willingly into it. Oh, it says shower, but it's hot leading towards it. It's dry. You gonna walk into a hot shower, a dry shower? Y'all ain't even thinking about what's going on. You people do not consider what's going on. My people have not known me. They do not consider. That's what it is. And it's not for everybody, but if you look at the general consensus of our people, they don't have a clue what's going on. They're thinking about the draw, the fight last night. They're thinking about the party and the drinks they were sipping. They're thinking about the chick walking 10 spaces in front of them with the fat booty or whatever. They ain't thinking about the destruction that's going to come upon you in the near future.
That was it on that. So.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 2. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil.
God, the script say, thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil. So with the riots that's happening in St. Louis, you're not supposed to be in that crowd, you know? Because anything could happen.
Talking about the brothers.
Slack.
Talking about the brothers, you know, we're not going to participate in riot. We understand why Jake is going through what they're going through. Jake is out there rioting, protesting because they can't figure it out, and they're frustrated. You know, but we know it's in the scriptures.
There's a sincere amount of people that's really out there for that, but there's another group out there that's just out there for BS, just something to do, just to be a part of something. I was out there and it was crazy, and they had music and it was just dumb.
But the ones that's out there protesting want justice and equality, they still are. Because y'all never get equality here. You ain't getting it. You ain't getting it.
It's the same old shit over and over. Man.
Shit. It's just they come in that old Martin Luther King civil rights spirit, man. Go ahead.
And the thing with a lot of Jake now, a lot of Jake are looking for answers, you know? A bunch of Jakes are searching for not only something to be joined with, but the truth, you know? And they call themselves finding in these different religions, being a Muslim, being a Christian, you know, being saying they were Buddha. But the truth is right here, you know? But they don't take it just off the fact of how they see us out here, you know? They see us with garments. Oh, you telling me I gotta go out there every weekend, week out? I gotta put on a garment? I gotta wear what y'all wear? Oh, in my daily life I can't do this no more? I'm supposed to live up to the book? Yeah. How else are you expecting to get out of here? You know? Yeah, you're gonna have to change your life.
Hey, so back to piggyback off what you're saying, you asking for the answers of what to do to protect yourself, like Ezra said, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? But we're telling you how you'll get delivered in these days, but you gotta do it. You still gotta do it. And that's the problem. Y'all want the answer, but you just want the answer with nothing behind it. No, we got the answer and the responsibility that comes with it also, that you have to live up to.
Not just hear it, but do it.
Yeah. I got quick.
Well, I had something real quick, bro, real quick. Isaiah 24, verse 11. It says, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone.
And cry for wine is crying for the understanding. Please tell us something what's going on. They want to hear vain philosophy. They want to hear the truth. They just want to hear something where they can get the answer to what's going on.
You're not going to get that from your grape juice drinking preachers, your rabbis, your
internet sensations. The local rappers, they might throw a little bit of tidbit. Kendrick can throw a little tidbit in there, and what's it called, J. Cole or whoever can throw a little bit of tidbit in there, but they ain't giving you the answer of what to do. This is where you're gonna find the answer of what to do.
Right, yeah, because they, you know, because they gotta appease a certain amount of people. They're not gonna give you the straight. You know, they ain't gonna shoot the straight with you. You know, they ain't gonna give you the strong, the wine. They gonna give you the Kool-Aid, man. They gonna give you the sugar. You know, they gonna throw some water. They gonna throw you some tap water in it with some sugar in it. You know, some food coloring. They ain't gonna give you the actual wine, man. You know, y'all want the wine, but when y'all come to us and get the real wine, you spit it out, or you just don't want it.
And it's too bitter.
Yeah,
Too bitter for you.
Exactly.
Throw some sugar in it.
They want you to dilute it, man. We ain't gonna dilute the truth.
No.
You know?
Yeah, I got one to go right what you said. Romans chapter 11, verse 7. But then Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
Because the men that you're gonna find out here, the Lord willing, we're of the elect, but we trying to work our way into that seat, you know? We're not exactly sure if we're of those men, but we're doing the work of those men, you know? I don't want to rush this out. Lord willing, that we are those men to be saved, and those men that were written, that we're going to be doing this.
But what have the election obtained that the rest were blinded from?
Wisdom and instruction from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh
Which is
the Word
truth.
and the Spirit,
Which is the answers that you're seeking for. You know?
Because Jake sees, like we always say, Jake tries to fit his life. Jake tries to fit his lifestyle into the Bible instead of fit the Bible lifestyle into his life. You know, so when you tell
vice versa, I think it's vice versa. Basically, I gotta start it off because it's confusing like that. But they wanna to fit the Bible to what they're already doing versus change what they're doing into the ways of the Bible.
There's so many things that Jake can't. It's so many stumbling blocks of Jake getting into this truth. It's many. You got just smoking for one. The majority of people smoke and can't put the blunt down due to the fact that they love the feeling that they get from it, or the food, pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. Jake can't get in this because they love their grandmama gumbo too much. You know, it's a bunch of stuff. Because they can't accept the image of who the world enemy calls Jesus Christ. They want him to be a white man.
And let's put it on the slide. Let me nutshell it for you. They can't take the low. Jake is on the low, you know, down on the bottom, but they don't want to willingly take the low. They don't want to consciously take the low.
And the responsibility that comes with it.
Yeah, Jake can't put the world down and pick up the kingdom.
Yep, exactly. They can't put the ghetto down and pick up the kingdom.
They want the world. They don't want the kingdom, man.
They don't want to rule.
They're afraid of losing this shit, man. You know?
Hey, what's the saying go? You gotta close one door to open another. They can't close that door. They want to have a chance to run back into what they're comfortable with. They want to run back into the jail cell instead of being free. That's the difference. So they'll look at the truth as something negative. This is really the most positive thing you've ever heard in your life, if you believe.
I got something real quick. This is a Song of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, by night on my bed I sought him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not. I will rise now and go about the city in the streets and in the broad ways.
Responsibility. He was chilling before. Then he said, it's burning so much in him, I'm going to go out and seek it out and find it. I'm gonna do something about it. I'm not just going to be a hearer, I'm going to be a doer.
I will rise now and go about the city in the streets and in the broad ways. I will seek him whom my soul loveth. I sought him, but I found him not.
And what did the scripture say? Wisdom, if you seek wisdom, it'll meet you.
Yeah.
That's funny because you had that in Proverbs coming up.
It says, the watchmen that go about the city found me, to whom I said,
the watchman of the city found me. Because through wisdom, he put you out there, and guess what? He let that chilling and being safe in the house go out there and risk himself in the elements of the world to go find the truth. And guess what? The truth found him.
It says, to whom I said, saw ye him whom my soul loveth? It was but a little that I passed from them, but I found him whom my soul loveth. I held him and would not let him go. Until I had brought unto him into my mother's house and into the chamber of her that conceived me.
Now that's not even that. It was funny. That's a beautiful writing and it's analogetical. But what it's really talking about is I took it inside me and I let it do what it was supposed to do. Once I got rid of all that other stuff, all the other bad habits, so to speak, out of my life, and I brought it in and let the righteous wisdom sprout from within me. Into that same place, that protected place within my being. That's the analogy of his mother's house.
That was the point, you know. Yeah. So basically, if our people want to escape the judgment, they got to go out and seek the knowledge. They got to seek the truth. They got to seek the prophecies. You know, you got to seek the wisdom, man. And this is what's going to be your stability in that thing. All right. With Jake out there wilding out, protesting, they don't have the stability because they don't understand their condition and why they're going through what they're going through. But the scriptures already got it mapped out why you're going through what you're going through, man. You under the curse, and you still under the enemy. You all right? Instead of wilding out, you're supposed to be calling on the name of the Lord, man.
Right.
You know. But our people, they don't even consider that. All right, well, our God, what's his name? What is the name that we should call upon to be delivered? Our people, they think they already got it. And when you ask every Jake, what's his name? Oh, one guy, we don't have the name. The other guy, well, my God is Allah. Yeah. The other guy is, well, you can call him any name under the heaven. You can call him Yeshua, you can call him Yahweh, you know what I mean?
But they don't pray in those names.
Right.
Or even Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Which ain't the name either. God. It ain't the name either.
Yep.
That's why the scriptures say for my people is foolish. They're inside his children. You know, they children of the Most High, but yet they calling upon every other power except the true names of Yahweh Shai.
Right.
You know, that's why Isaiah, the first chapter, the ox knoweth his neighbor, the ass his master's crib. But Israel does not know, my people do not consider. Because they think, like you keep saying, Jake is looking for answers, but they're not willing and ready for the responsibilities of taking the wisdom and the truth of it.
They're not ready to take the load of the humility that comes with it to even begin to do these things.
Because the scriptures also say wisdom dwells not in the malicious soul. So wisdom not going to dwell with it, just a regular nigga. Because what would the nigga do with the wisdom? He'd try to sell it off. He'd take it for his gains. Or I only want these precepts to break down the women. Or I only want these precepts to make it seem as if I know the knowledge but not applying it to my life.
He's going to make sure he knows the scripture on the fringes. So when he see another brother walking by without his fringes, he could just cut him. Oh, hey, you ain't got those fringes, brother. Give me Numbers 15, brother. You know? That's not what this thing is about, man.
I'm going to put this woman in subjection just cuz.
Yeah.
But not knowing that, or you can't mess with that woman because she got a man. But you only want to hear the things that you want to see. You want to hear it. You only want to take the scriptures that you could feel like you got more wisdom upon someone in the world with you, but not eat the whole roll.
Man, but you know what? Our people, they even though they're trying to seek for the truth, they're seeking it in the wrong places.
Right.
You're seeking it everywhere but where you need to be seeking it from, which are the teachers, the true teachers. The Lord said He's going to raise up pastors that's going to feed His people with the understanding, according to His heart, according to His mind. You seeking it over in the Muslim mosque.
Yep.
You know, you seeking it from the Catholic and Christian church. You know, you seeking it from
random.
you seeking it in the college university. You know, you seeking it everywhere, but within the house, from the house of the Lord, man. You know.
Sloppy, I gotta say this. If y'all paid attention to the woman that was up here with the 2 kids,
Yeah.
she didn't want to get on camera or nothing. She didn't want to ask y'all no questions. She just wanted to tell me something. She said her and her husband watches all the camps all the time. They from Vegas. She said they watch the Bop, they watch Nathaniel, they watch GMS, they watch everybody. I said, well, do you know the Lord's name? She said, yes, Yahweh Shah. My husband is teaching us all the time. She said she's gonna try to get her husband to come out here and watch. She didn't know we was here.
Yeah.
She's gonna try to get her husband to come out here. And he's been teaching them at home. She said he's been teaching us at home.
Okay.
And I still got
Yeah.
chills on from her saying that.
That's good, man.
You know, so
And you told her what days we come
Yep.
out. All right, well, if he,
That
you know,
fulfills 1
she
Corinthians
knows
7
she
chapter.
Issachar. She know her baby know that she's Judah. All that. So yeah. So he say he watch everybody. But they know who the Lord's name, what the Lord's name is. You know that they watch Nate, but they also know that Nate don't teach the name.
She
said it
Nate
clean.
teach some good stuff, but he don't teach 100%. That's the problem. That's what's wrong with all of them. If they have a little bit of each Israelite group that got something good to them, but they don't have the 100%. We got the 100% though.
yeah, and they don't have the fullness. They don't have the fullness of the Spirit either, man.
Right.
They teach, 90% of what we teach, but the 10% that they lack is because they don't have the Spirit.
I was just gonna say that's the reason why they enjoy them other groups still, because that's a piece of the world that's still in them that is appeasing to that.
That's right, man.
You know?
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction.
No, it says the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is the beginning of knowledge and wisdom.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction.
But fools despise wisdom and instruction. So everybody out here that's just completely stuck in the society of America and in the mind state of America is going to despise the instructions and the words of the Heavenly Father. That's why in every major city you see people just walk away, or they're scorn, or they'll laugh at the true prophets of the Heavenly Father. Because they fools that's despising instruction and wisdom, and in that day they're going to have to take account of what they said and what they did when they walked past the prophets.
I got a quick one for you. Proverbs 13:13. Whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed, but he that feareth the commandment shall be rewarded.
If you despise the words of the Heavenly Father, you destroy it. That's simple. The scripts broke that down plainly. And it says whoever, what was that part?
Whosoever hearkens to the commandment shall be rewarded.
Shall be rewarded. So those men that's doing what they have to do, coming on the highways and hedges, and living the word to the best of their ability, they're gonna be rewarded if they're when they're the elect.
It's Proverbs chapter 1, verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She utter her voice in the street.
And that's exactly what's happening now. The words that we put, or that we're pushing out, these aren't our words, but the Spirit of the Heavenly Father is in us to push out these words, because we're just vessels, and we're trying, like we said, we live this word to the best of our ability, but this wisdom that's coming out is from the Heavenly Father.
Right. Can I say this to it also? That's why when he read Song of Solomon in the 3rd chapter, he said, I was prayed upon my bed, but then eventually I found nothing. So what I have to do, I eventually have to go out on the streets and seek out that wisdom. And wisdom found me. Or the men of the Lord, the watchman found me. Yeah, like the lady, right? Her husband was at home, teaching from the computer, but guess what? They end up being out here in the streets and they found us.
Found
Now they know where to come to really get all the answers that they so long for.
Hey, didn't it say thy eyes shall see thy teachers?
Uh-huh.
Well, you had to get out there in order to see the teachers.
You seen the little girl though. The little girl been watching videos.
Oh,
but
yeah.
She kept looking at it. She was looking at it
She's
like,
smart.
it's like she recognized it.
I asked her has she been learning? She said, yeah.
Huh?
But he been doing what he's supposed to do. He's teaching them at home.
Building them up to a
Yep.
low level. Now it's time to
But when
take
I
that
asked
next
the Lord's
step.
name, no hesitation. Yahweh Shah.
So,
Verse 21. She cried in the chief place of concourse.
And that's where we at. Because chief place of concourse is where a lot of business is at. Where you see a lot of people walking of all nations. Because we're not just here to tell the nation of Israel what's happening, but we have to tell all the nations. You know, we gotta tell the heathens that they condemn. You know, we gotta tell the 2/3 of niggas, 2/3 of Israel that they gonna die off too. But we also here to fish. You know, for the elect.
Right.
And also the confusion of faces. Coming too.
And that shows y'all the spirit, you know. It says the spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. And now a lot of groups don't have the spirit to discern those confusion of faces. So what is that doing? That's pushing off men that could potentially be of the elect, and that blood is upon them.
right.
In the opening of the gates in the city, she uttereth her words, saying, how long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
How long will you simple people love simplicity? How long will you people here just want to stay in the state that you're in? You know, you feel it, something in the air that this position that you're in as a people is low and can't be risen unless severe actions are shown. You know, everybody here that's a Jake knows that the position of Jake here is in the bottom, and you can't feel at ease knowing that the position of your people can never come up. It's hopeless.
Tell them who Jake is.
Jake are the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans.
Right.
Oh, yes.
You know you're on the bottom. What you gonna do about it? You know this man has got something lined up for you. That's why you in so much fear for him. You know he got something for you that you can't stop. Well, guess what? There's a way out. What's the way out? Through the Heavenly Father, through His book, through His Son.
And just because one Jake makes it doesn't mean that everybody else benefits from it.
Right.
Because you got who's the top in all the industries? You got music. Who is it? Jake. Sports. Who is it? Jake. Actors. Who is it? Jake. But just because those few Jakes made it out, you don't know how they made it out. But they could have easily just sold their soul for the riches of fame that they got.
Majority of them did. Not all.
They all did.
I gotta tell this because I always gotta bring this up whenever possible. Chris Rock said something that you know is true, but he said it so the whole world could see. He said,
Come up and listen.
He said, I live in a prestigious neighborhood, me, Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige, right? Know who's my neighbor? A dentist. Because their whole nation is on a higher level. Okay.
Yo estoy español, yo hablo español. So yo semía los Israelites. You descendants of Israelites. No photo, but you can hablar. Or escuchar.
Oh, looking. Oh, just tell them to come here. Tell them to come here.
Hey, look, people.
Oh, okay. Want to let him get a picture? Might as well. See what he do. I think he do the right thing. He do the right thing. Yeah, we'll let you get one. It's not for games. It's for serious. Serious.
Not for Instagram, senor.
Do we live here in Vegas? Okay.
Vegas on
Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. This is the real church, right? So you can just keep going.
Verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
And fools hate knowledge. You know, this is how beautiful the wisdom is. Yahweh Shai, they put laws in the book talking about our diet and what we should eat. Just the pig alone, right? The pig doesn't sweat. It eats garbage of everything. And the pig literally eat a human body if it's just on the ground. So he put these in the laws, but Jake rather eat that same animal that has all this bacteria and worms stuck in it. But Yahweh Shah put the wisdom in the book to avoid you getting sick or getting messed up from eating that animal. You know? But Jake rather eat it because they say, oh, a sandwich ain't good without it.
It tastes good. It's cheap. It's whatever excuse you make, I grew up on it. Yeah, you may have grown up eating your boogers, but should you do that when you know there's all kinds of germs in it? It's all bad for you.
And why did you grow up eating it? Because this devil, the so-called white man, he ended up putting it as our main primary source of food when we were in subjection to slavery.
About pork, not pork.
Hey, well, if they're gonna have that mentality about it, which Jake is simple like that, well, when it comes time for Halloween, let your kids eat all the candy he can eat and watch them get sick.
Yeah.
All right? Won't you do that? Won't you let them go? Let them run through the whole candy bag. Yeah. And see what happens to your child.
Cavities, stomach aches, and so on and so forth.
Diabetes.
Can't go to sleep. Yeah, all of that will pop up.
Yeah.
See what happens to him then.
Jake is foolish. And they like following the devil. That's why I said our people are becoming more wicked than the wicked.
Sirach chapter 15, starting at verse 1. He that feareth the Lord Yahweh will do good, and he that hath the knowledge of the law shall obtain her.
What is that her talking about? That her is talking about wisdom.
It says, and as a mother shall she meet him, and receive him as a wife married of a virgin.
And that mother, because what is a mother supposed to do to that child? That mother is supposed to nourish that child and bring them nurture like that mother is supposed to nurture that child and bring him into the good, you know. You start off as a babe drinking the milk. That's why the script says start off with the milk. But when that milk is nurturing your body for nutritious values, and when the mother has the baby, it's a lot of things dealing with the mom and the child, you know. But that mom is like the first step of that baby coming into the world and learning. After that, he's implanted inside.
And the mother's supposed to be the one that truly cares for you. And wisdom truly cares for them
that seek wisdom.
Verse 3 says, with the bread of understanding she shall feed him and give him the water of wisdom to drink. He shall be stayed upon her and shall not be moved. It shall wisdom. Proverbs. You got the whole Proverbs.
That's a Proverbs.
Open it up. It's like the 4th and 5th verse, 5th verse.
Proverbs chapter 1, verse 5. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel.
That's what it says. He will stay unto her. You know, stay unto that wisdom, because this is where it's good at. I ain't gonna leave this. This is where it's at. That's how we are with this truth. We know that this is the place of the Heavenly Father and the wisdom, so we're gonna stay by the water. We're gonna stay by this wisdom. Let me go back. Read that again. It says, verse 4. It says, Sirach chapter 15, verse 4. He shall be stayed upon her and shall not be moved, and shall rely upon her and shall not be confounded. It says, she shall exalt him above his neighbors, and in the midst of the congregation shall she open his mouth.
When it says she shall exalt him above his neighbors, that's not putting on a pride sort of sense, you know. When it says wisdom, it also says in the scripts, wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. So with that when wisdom is entered into that person is looked at as more or highly esteemed, you know, for the wisdom that's upon them.
Yeah, you're respected for your wisdom. Like the aged men, their glory is their